Mike Comtech here. I wanted to do a follow-up from the last video about the controlling the full mode, track mode on Zoltar. Wanted to follow up because I got some sound trigger modules in today, so I wanted to try one of those. So we can also use sound input to trigger either one of the modes. And then I was going to show the schematic in more detail so that way you can see what is going on here. Yesterday I showed the schematic, but I may not have showed it long enough for some people to take a snapshot of or whatever. But if you wanted to throw a switch in there, you know, a single pole, double throw, center off would be nice. That way you can put this in the center and shut all this off. It won't trigger on anything. But the proof of concept I'm trying to show here is not only can Zoltar be controlled externally with devices to make him do something. If you look at my other video, the one with the relay that I hooked to the LED MOSFET output on the top of the top JSTs up here on the top part of the motherboard, Zoltar can control other devices when he kicks on automatically or when he does something. Or you can run this both ways. So you could have, say, sound input triggering, and you'd have these relay on the main board, and you could trigger, you know, anything, lights, whatever. I mean, it's whatever that can handle. But that's what I'm saying. This is a pure proof of concept to that Zoltar has ins and outs. Mainly it can control things and things can control it. Or you can use Zoltar as a like a pass-through. If you wanted to control something with sound, Zoltar can activate the relay. So in essence, Zoltar is kind of a mid guy between the 2 points. He's controlling something and you're controlling Zoltar. So that's what I want to try to get across here. And so the switch here, you could put that in there and say, oh, well, I only want him to trigger on the full mode, or trigger on here the track mode when some event, when these pins go low here on, for whatever device you hook up. So that's the schematic. And then this little guy right here, the 400 ohm resistor and the Zener diode, that was to show that only to be used with like a little prop, that little prop that I use as demonstration there, that one from Dollar Tree. That's all that was, because that particular circuit happens to output a little bit of voltage when it's at rest, and it was keeping my IR sensor on the front of Zoltar from tripping. So I had to make this little circuit, and the Zener diode clamps the output here, keeps trickle current from coming back out to here. Otherwise, like I said, it was goofing with that IR sensor. And then the 400 ohms is just another way to knock the current down a little bit. And then your attract mode is on pin number 1 on that 5-pin IR header. So you have all you gotta do is count. Go to the first 2 pins on the very bottom of the board, 1, 2, and 3. The full mode, take this one to ground, it'll trigger full mode on Zoltar. And if you take pin number 1 on the IR and ground this one, and he'll fire up on a track mode. So then all these little devices I have hooked up here can be used to control Zoltar. And then Zoltar not only has inputs to do that, Zoltar has outputs. He's got 5 MOSFET channels that can run, you know, external relays, time delay relays, that kind of stuff. I mean, your imagination, if you can picture it, should be running wild, which you really could do if you wanted to, for fun or for, you know, for practical purposes. But I was going to run through real quick here about how the sound module. So, and it's really, I have it set really sensitive. Yeah, I have it set really sensitive. I found that I bought two different ones. There was a red board and the blue board. The red board had a bigger, taller potentiometer, but I find that these work better in Zoltar's application. These are readily available from Amazon as well. If I get it to focus, you can see it there. But these are the ones with the blue board, and they're laid out. The little electric condenser microphone is right here. You've got the your adjustment potentiometer. You basically feed power to this, 5 volts, 3 volts, and you keep turning that. And there's two LEDs, a power LED. You'll see that here on this one here when I fire this up. There's two LEDs. There's a power LED on here, and there is a activation LED. So I basically turn that potentiometer just until that LED on the activity goes out, and then you're set. That sets the sensitivity. So as you can see, if I turn on Zoltar, the green light, see, I just tripped him. The green light on the left is the power. This one is the activity light, and this one's the power. So I'll let him go to rest. I'll let him quit here a minute. Zoltar.
What are you waiting for? Come on over. For a small fee, Zoltar will give you a...
And the other thing I wanted to show is you can run multiple triggers.
Fortune is mine for the telling and yours for the hearing. Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
Turn him down a little bit. You can run multiple triggers on a system like this. So we have the little photocell circuit from the Dollar Tree, a little $1.25 thing, you know, have that. And that's came out of this. That's what that came out of. Just using it as a proof of concept here. I mean, this is something you don't have to do, but showing that something like this can be set up and be worked with Zoltar. This one will activate him if I pass my hand over it. So I'm going to quit talking just for a little bit so I don't keep activating him with the microphone. Let this reset here. Okay. Now see, I set him off again. I have it set pretty sensitive. I wanted it that way for now. So let's let it reset. So when this stops doing this little routine, it'll reset the line. Okay, so I tripped him by the photocell. When I put my hand over that, it drops the resistance to the photocell. The photocell trips that circuit. Now I'm going to reach up front and do it IR. We'll do it infrared on the front. So that's the third method, and all this is hooked up on the same sense line on the attract. Okay, I just tripped him on using the IR sensor that he has built in. Now we're going to trip him just by true audio, and I'm going to leave all this hooked up. So you got 3 different sensors sensing the environment here. So I'm going to let this reset, and I'll just say a word like Zoltar, and he'll kick right up. And I have it set to use the attract pin. Zoltar. Wake up, Zoltar. That's it. So these work really, really good. I'll show the other one here real quick. This is the one I was talking about on the other type. This one has a taller precision potentiometer on it. It's this model here. They did their job, but I just didn't find that they were quite sensitive enough. And it has 2 LEDs on here too, one for power, one for the sound. But this one, as far as I'm concerned, is far superior in this application than say this one is. And there again, this could be handled or be purchased from Amazon. So that was just a quick rundown. You know, this is proof of concept. It's pretty interesting that all the infrastructure here is there. If you tap it, you can have a lot of fun with it. So that's really what I'm trying to get across here. Oh, and also, if we're doing a tract, let me activate him by sound again. Hello. And then we trip a sound module that has a busy line. This will go that went into full mode, so it completely interrupts the track mode like it's supposed to, because that's the way Zoltar is programmed to do it, and that's supposed to do that. So very, very customizable, and if you just sit down and think about it, what you can do here, let your imagination run wild. It's a blast to mess with, and it's a blast to mess with all these little circuits that are inexpensively can be purchased from from Amazon. And then if I have the timer, plug the timer in. I have it on the full mode, so when it counts down to 0, it'll trip, and I'll show you what that does. Let me turn this up a little bit so you can hear that. Probably can't anyway, but so we're at 14 seconds. So I'm going to keep tripping him on sound on the attract, and then 7, and then 6, 5, 4, and then 3, 2, 1, and then it'll track. So there goes the actual full mode there.
And I have some words of wisdom to bring you much happiness. As you travel through this life, remember this. If you think you can, or you think you can't.
So anyway, that's it on this one. If you got any questions, throw them in the comments. Be glad to answer everybody's comments on this. I'm here to help you out. I'm having a ball messing with this, so it's pretty cool stuff. So I will talk to everybody later, and thank you for watching my videos.